the inside, I see you later. They come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. They come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it. And hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. I stole with them. I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 80 Box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to English, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. Realizing to master enterprise, and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts on how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better stand. Put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid. Only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Motherfucker. 88. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Take a better stand. Put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid. Only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm slowing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. They come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. They come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it. And hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. I stole with them. I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 80. was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to English, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. Realizing to master enterprise and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts on how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Motherfucker. 88. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are.
What's up, guys?
Here we are. What is going on, everybody? Man, we have a interesting week of AEW Dynamite to talk about. This was their Title Tuesday episode. So this was their episode where they lost to NXT in the ratings, and it absolutely sent Tony Khan into an uproar on Twitter throughout the past week. Thankfully, that has ended. So we have that to talk about. A little bit of Collision from what I remember, and then, the season premiere episodes of both Raw and SmackDown. So, on SmackDown, we found out a new general manager. We found out the guy that was traded to Monday Night Raw, to Friday Night SmackDown, because of Jey Uso going to Monday Night Raw. So it was pretty interesting, man. The return of Roman Reigns. And then this episode of Monday Night Raw wasn't so bad itself, bro. It had Bronson Reed versus Gunther, which was an absolute fucking banger. Johnny Gargano's return to in-ring competition. Bunch of good stuff, bro. It had a bunch of good stuff on it. However, the end, I definitely see what you're saying, Logan. I definitely see what you're saying. He says, I'm a little sick and tired of the Judgment Day. Um, wouldn't say I'm tired of the group. I would say I'm tired of WWE constantly booking them around the same shit.
Yeah.
So I don't understand. I don't understand why. I don't understand why we couldn't have Jimmy and Solo going after the titles when we could have just. Or I don't understand why we had to have the Judgment Day win the titles back. I don't know, when we could have just had Jimmy and Solo going after the titles. I think that would be a lot more interesting, considering it would actually give Jay and Cody an out to jump over to SmackDown and do a storyline on SmackDown for a month or two, because the tag team titles those are basically the Raw tag team titles. When's the last time a team that's home show has been SmackDown has held the championships? Those are basically glorified Raw tag team championships. I mean, SmackDown does not have any tag titles. I mean, that's just how it is. Like, those teams over there have absolutely nothing to fight for. Nothing.
No, exactly. It's what Roman was doing before they fucking were doing good. They were just on one show. And it was annoying. And you're doing that with the tag team titles, man. It's very annoying to see.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe you could have had Jimmy and Solo win them and then defend against some teams on SmackDown, like the Street Profits or the LWO or the OC. I mean, there's a lot of the Brawling Brutes. Like, teams on SmackDown have nothing to fight for. Occasionally, the tag team champions will jump onto SmackDown, but they never really feud with anybody for the tag team titles on SmackDown. So that's why I thought Jay and Cody versus Jimmy and Solo could have been something a little interesting to pass the time until we get to WrestleMania. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not necessarily, I'm glad WWE didn't do a clean switch. I'm glad they had Jimmy at least cost Jay the titles to boost their feud. I think that'll be really good. But I just don't know why we had to, put the titles right back on the Judgment Day. I don't know. It seems like we're taking a couple steps backwards. Or it seems like WWE's trying to do anything they can to hold off this Judgment Day official breakup, or the, kicking out of a member of the Judgment Day for as long as they possibly can. And it's a little... it's a little...
Yeah.
It's a little... I don't know. It's a little annoying.
It's not the bloodline story, so don't treat it like it. It's that good for treating it good and trying to, keep it as long going as possible, but you gotta know when to move things on.
Yeah, definitely. And what steps to take. And I think, I don't know, I think just putting the tag titles back on them, I don't know, I thought those could have easily went to another team like Jimmy and Solo. I thought would have been a good team to take the titles.
Mm-hmm.
To take the titles from Jay and Cody. But I don't know about another Judgment Day run. I mean, granted, their run was short. I mean, but they just held the tag titles. Now, is JD gonna cost? Is JD gonna cost the Judgment Day the titles again? I don't know where we go from here. I really don't.
No.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know, but what is going on, guys? What is going on, guys? We're back with yet again another edition of the Notorious podcast, man. Another edition of Notorious Unscripted, and this is episode 165 of Unscripted, man. And with that, man, that is if this is the first time watching, guys, do not know how the show works. Every Monday, we are on here after Monday Night Raw with Notorious Unscripted. And every Friday, we are on here at 4 p.m. Central with the news, man. If you guys did miss this past Friday's edition of the news, you guys can now watch that on all platforms. That is Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and if you want to see it first, you join us right here live on YouTube every Friday, 4 p.m. Central for the news. That episode of news got the Fastlane review. Endeavor makes Triple H the full head of creative. They actually we have a little bit more news on whose decision it actually was to make that call. But Triple H has been knighted as the head of creative. They pretty much outed Vince, told him that they don't want him to have nothing to do with the creative process anymore, and you could see it on these shows, man. So you could definitely see it on these shows with just the quality of them as of late. Monday Night Raw has actually been a good watch, I will admit. Yeah, man. So so there was that, and also CM Punk apparently has been denied, so they say, by the WWE. You guys can now watch that on all platforms again. Like I said, Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. And if you want to see it first, join us right here live every Friday at 4 p.m. Central for the news, man. And with that, if you guys have not got a chance to get your hands on some of the official Notorious Heels podcast merchandise, you guys can now find this live on the merch shop. That is bonfire.com. Link is at the top of the description of this very video. You got all 8 of these beautiful, beautiful designs. The best in the IWC, available for you guys live on the merch shop. Like I said, man, you got the Chicago flag design, the Uncrowned Kings of the IWC design, the Biggie inspired design, the base logo design, the Riddler inspired IWC's best kept secret design, the Notorious World Order, the 3 versions of the design. You got the Chicago flag one, which you see on your screen. There also comes in classic black and white and the Wolfpack red. You got the baseball jersey inspired Notorious Heels podcast Grand Slam design, the Notorious scratch logo, and the only community that matters, man. All 8 of these beautiful designs are available on the merch shop, as well as the new Halloween merch. The Other Side is the name of this shirt, man. It is the double skull design for your Notorious Heels podcast, man. So if you guys have not got a chance to pick up all of these beautiful, beautiful designs, again, those are available on bonfire.com. Link is at the top of the description of this very video, man. Also, if this is your first time watching and you guys do not know who we are here at the Notorious Heels podcast, I am Johnny Mayhem, one half of the host of this very show. And as for the other half, we got my man Sir K here. How the hell are you, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just been chilling out, man. Been chilling out. Got Survivor Series tickets, so that's good. Got that accomplished. Survivor Series and SmackDown, it is set in stone.
Sir.
So can't wait for that, man. It's gonna be dope as hell. And other than that, I've been chilling, man. Other than that, everything's been normal. I've been chilling. Yeah, man. Like Durante always asks, man, how's life? How's the family? Life's good, man. The family's good. How is everybody doing in chat? Logan, man, Ray, what's up, man? What's going on with you too? And what about you, bro? How you doing?
Yeah, man, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Yeah, like you said, bro, locked down the Survivor Series tickets. So, that's gonna be pretty fucking fun. We're gonna be meeting up with our fucking boy, our brother, Logan PN. You guys know Logan. We're going to be meeting up with Logan and some other friends for Survivor Series, man. So I am like stoked. Already got the countdown on my phone. I believe we are. So for Survivor Series, we are 40 days away. So that means we are 39 days away from Survivor Series weekend, the show. Where, yeah, we are closing in on it, bro. We're a little over a month away, so it's 40 days till Survivor Series, 39 days till SmackDown, and we got the 2-day pass. So yeah, man. So Logan will be stepping into our backyard before we step into his in 2025. If fucking WrestleMania actually goes to Minnesota, wouldn't it be such a fucking buzzkill if it didn't? if they just gave it to someone else.
They just typing this shit up and they just give it across the fucking country.
Oh my god.
That
That would be
wouldn't be
such a
cool.
buzzkill. I wouldn't either. But yeah, bro, so Logan will be stepping into our backyard, man. Stepping into the shy. So I'm pumped. I'm pumped,
I'm
man.
glad too.
Super super stoked. And yeah, who knows, man? We could be 40 days away from a CM Punk return. Like I said, bro, like I said, I refuse to believe WWE denied him, and I just
That would be the worst liar I could ever seen.
seriously, I can appreciate them trying to nip it in the bud, you know, if it is real, but I just refuse to believe that I refuse to believe after all the shit that Tony Khan talked on Twitter that they won't be just begging to fucking stick it to that man. And a CM Punk return to the WWE will do just that.
It is the ultimate sticking it to him, man.
Exactly. So I don't know how much I believe that, but you know, we're gonna go into it and see what's up, bro. Dude, if they give another fucking WrestleMania to New York, those are always the lamest ones too. WrestleMania 35 was just, I don't know,
New York ain't it for Mania.
it's really not. It just is not a Mania market. I don't know, like it's just for me.
Yeah, it's really mad over there for Mania.
Yeah, it's a very bland Mania market. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, bro. So with that, yeah, man, we got the Survivor Series tickets, bro. So I am pumped to see what happens, bro. I hope we don't have to see any sort of Logan Paul United States Championship match.
Oh God, I hope they just do that at fucking Saudi.
I feel like Saudi is where he'll win it, but I really hope we don't get any sort of like defense. I don't know. I feel like we're gonna get War Games. You could just feel it cooking with
I
the
think we
Judgment
are.
Day. And who knows, man? Maybe it'll be a mix of the Judgment Day and the Bloodline. Maybe they'll throw a little bit from each in there, but I don't know, man. I don't know. And then
Maybe Cody has his team with his ultimate enemy for the War Games.
that is true. I guess I wouldn't mind
I'm glad.
seeing Logan
I
Paul.
would take it.
I just I hope it's a cool defense is what I'm trying to say. I
Yeah,
wouldn't mind seeing Logan. I like Logan. I think Logan's great. I really do think he's great. I just hope we don't see like Logan versus like Ray or like something lame like that. Like if I see Logan, I want to see Logan versus somebody cool. Is what I'm trying to say.
Hank Rose or something. Someone cool and hasn't got a shot at that title.
Yes. Somebody like Santos or somebody like that. I don't know, man. Yes, I really hope we get to see Cena, because I don't know how much longer we got to see John Cena live. The last time I seen him live was what 2012 at a live event. So that was the last time I got to see Cena live, bro. So it'll definitely be cool. Man. But yes, so we did lock down the Survivor Series tickets, man, and I am I'm pretty stoked for it, man. I'm pretty stoked. It's just gonna that whole week is gonna be a movie. It really is. Yeah, that whole week is just gonna be a fucking movie. So
It really is. I can't wait.
yes, I'm very, very, very pumped for it, man. If you guys can't tell. So, with that being said, man. But yes, I'm good. As Durante usually asks, man. I don't think he's here yet, but I'm sure he'll be here, either a little bit later or part of the replay mafia. We got as Durante always asks, man. I'm good. Family's good. And what about you, Durante? Logan, Bell, Pops, Man Ray, my boy, what's going on? And my other boy, Silent Lupus. Hating on Logan Paul, per usual. This fucking guy. So yeah, man. And anybody else on the replay, JT, JB, you guys know who you are, man. How the hell are you guys doing, man? And thank you guys for being here, bro. So, all right, man. Title Tuesday. This week felt weird as hell because there was no Dynamite and my Wednesday was weird. It was fucking weird.
I was thrown off the whole week. Fucking Wednesday. I was thinking it was Thursday. It was fucked.
Yes, I hate when they fucking move the day of Dynamite like this. Like I genuinely hate it. Hate when they do it. But this episode of Dynamite was the Dynamite that everybody was clowning on because they lost in the ratings. But if I give my honest opinion, I actually enjoyed this show a lot. I peaked at NXT. I heard it was a fun show. I peeked at it and it looked pretty fun. I mean, it just had a lot of, Undertaker, John Cena, which is fine, but I mean, I don't watch NXT anyway. So I guess that just goes to show I don't give a fuck who is on that show. I am not gonna watch it. Me and one of my buddies were talking about it a couple days ago, how Shawn Michaels just refuses to call people up. So with that, I do peek at NXT sometimes because there are a lot of, I think they have an amazing group of talent down there. I think they have an amazing group of talent that Shawn Michaels absolutely will not let go of for some reason, which I get. If you take, I get you're on live television and, you need these people down there to, you need these people down there for your ratings. But I'm sorry, if you wanted to make NXT a third brand, you should have kept it as Black and Gold, because why you ever looked at it as a smart decision to bring it back to a developmental show and put it on live television where you expect these guys that are developing to draw ratings was one of the stupidest ideas ever. And there comes another problem, because now when these guys are developed, you don't want to get rid of them because they're your ratings drawers.
Exactly. So it's just this constant cycle of you either are pointless on NXT or you're stuck there.
Exactly. Or you're in the sweet spot where you're actually developing and getting better, and you are on a collision course to the main roster. But once you get to that peak, there's the problem, because they don't want to bring you up, because then you're stuck there.
Exactly.
So you are depending on guys that you honestly, in all reality, don't know if they're going to be a bust or if they're going to be a major player. Like Braun Breaker, you didn't know if that guy was going to be a bust. You didn't know if he was going to be a fucking huge star. And the guy turned out to be absolutely fantastic. And now you want to keep him down there because you have ratings to uphold. And now he's stuck in purgatory. It's really ass backwards, bro. This is the show that should have been on Peacock, or the WWE Network. NXT Black and Gold, when people would have rather people stay in NXT, they rushed them out of there so fast because it was a show on the WWE Network that, nobody cared about, and they wanted to, nobody, higher up in WWE cared about, and they just wanted to get them up to the main roster as soon as possible. When fans were, so, I mean, as time went on and we knew how NXT call-ups went, a lot of guys would have rather some of those guys stayed in NXT. So it's really ass backwards. And these guys that should be called up are now being kept down there for no reason. So Yeah. Anyways,
Makes no sense.
it really doesn't, bro. But yeah, I mean, I peek at NXT for the people that I like. The Ilias, the Bronze, the Carmelos, the Tricks, the Tonys, those kind of guys I'll peek at NXT for. But I mean, it looked fun. People said it was a fun show, so it didn't really progress anything. But I
No.
mean, that is
It's
what it
more of
is.
an event. It was basically just let's beat Tony Khan event.
Yes, they were internally calling the show NXT Mania.
Oh, fuck it,
So
it's hilarious.
Dynamite opens up with Christian Cage in the production truck. And he proceeds to tell everybody that he is the biggest draw that this company has. And that he has provided us, being on behalf of Warner Bros. Discovery, Christian Cage has provided us with an overrun and a 30 minutes commercial free on Christian's behalf. What a guy.
Thank you, man. Truly, what a gem. Salt of the earth, man. Genuinely.
What a guy. What a guy. So Christian Cage provides us with 30 minutes commercial free. And then he says he is going to come out to the ring to elaborate on the 3 words he left the Rated R superstar Adam Copeland with a little bit later tonight. So we have Swerve versus Bryan Danielson to open the show. To open the show, we have Swerve versus Bryan Danielson. These guys put on a fucking fantastic match, as expected. Swerve went to use the crown, Prince Nana's crown again to hit Danielson in the head with. Hangman would then come out and grab the crown away from Swerve, obviously being that was the same exact thing that happened to him. Swerve would turn around. Danielson would go for the Psycho knee. He would get caught. Swerve tried to hit him with his little pile driver finisher thing, and Danielson got out of that, hit him with a Busaiku knee, and he won the match, guaranteeing him a TNT Championship match for that Saturday's Collision against the GOAT, Christian Cage, man. So Bryan Danielson picked up the victory here in what was a really, really, really good open to AEW Dynamite. And I'm glad that the Hangman and Swerve feud is not done. But I will say again, I cannot say this enough. Some guys just are missing the it factor. And sometimes it could literally just take one thing to change that all around. And I want to reiterate again, Prince Nana has really done that for Swerve. Like, he was that missing piece. Swerve looks like a fucking superstar next to him.
Exactly, bro. It's everything that this company thinks that Alex Oberhantes is to the
Botching
to
bros.
not only the botching bros, but like literally every luchador in AEW. It's mixed the serious and the jokester, the fun guy. Perfect. Those two do that genuinely perfectly, and I love it, man. And I like what they did here. I like that they're continuing the Hangman feud. I'm happy for that. I'm excited, and things are looking good for everything, man. I like this. And look at that. He lost to Bryan Danielson on Dynamite, and he's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Good shit, man. I want to see more of that.
And guess what? Swerve took the loss, and guess
He's
what?
good. He's fine.
Is
He can
Swerve
move.
buried?
No.
Not at all.
Exactly. Swerve is going nothing but up. And
Yes.
that is great. And I cannot wait to see how this goes.
Seriously, bro. Seriously. Samoa Joe we get another Samoa Joe video package where he is talking about how he's coming for gold. He's coming for gold again, and how he is going to get himself back on a championship mindset. Dude, I've been loving these promos from Samoa Joe. These have been fantastic. The crowd fucking loves this guy too. I mean, for the love of God. I mean, the audience loves Samoa Joe. Every time he comes out, he gets a big pop. They give him a shit ton of chants during his match. I mean, this guy's mad fucking over. And I love how they're presenting him, man. They're presenting him like he's $1 million. He's always sitting in like this lounge, fucking with a glass of a fucking alcoholic beverage and a cigar. I mean, the guy looks sick as fuck, man. The guy looks sick as fuck, and he's been doing great.
He really has, man. I really like the vibe he's been going with, man. It's very different from what he usually does, and I like it, man. All 1,600 people in the crowd are fucking going nuts for this man. And then you love to see it, bro. He's incredibly over, and I can't wait for him to get some AEW gold, man. It's long overdue.
Yes. On this day, I see no one.
Damn. Did you see that picture of him?
Yes.
And the ring, he's just staring at fucking tarps. Ugh. Damn. What the fuck, man? Apparently I heard they've been lowering the prices, though, for the new Dynamites they're putting up, so... Looks like I think they're doing their good prices now. Again, I hope so.
Cause not only, you know, I mean, dude, that is literally like
appeal.
Yes, like get this. We went Survivor Series this year because WWE's the way hotter brand, right? At the moment, we paid a lot for our tickets, okay? You can go to AEW Dynamite, and this is why we like to do Dynamite. It's typically something fun to do in the summer, or just, you know, something fun to do. We can go to an AEW Dynamite for $50, and the ticket is $30, but you know all the stupid ass fees they give you. It usually ends up being another $20. You can go to Dynamite for $50. That's the appeal. That's the appeal to an AEW Dynamite show, man. I mean, it just is. You know what I mean? So the fact that you would raise those prices it does not make a lick of sense to me. It does not make a lick of sense to me, man.
Exactly. And the worst part is you raise the price, and weekly TV gets worse. It gets bad. It gets boring. You're paying fucking... How much money did you go watch a boring-ass episode of Dynamite, man? So, I'm glad both of those things are looking up, man. I really am.
Definitely, bro. Definitely, man. So, the next match was Will Hobbs versus Chris Jericho. He absolutely beat the piss out of Chris Jericho, and he's here with Don Callis. And yeah, this was a really good showing for him. It was literally no much more than an absolute beatdown of Chris Jericho to progress their story. And I like the way that they're making him a monster. And I hope, I hope this is a faction that actually lasts a long time and that can actually give people stuff to sink their teeth into. The only thing that just doesn't make any sense to me about the Don Callis family is what these guys have in common. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, what's their goal? And please, AEW, for the love of God, if you say fucking money, I'm gonna fly over there to Tony Khan's house and go punch him in the fucking face. But, just don't make it money. Please, for the love of God. Please don't make it money.
We want to make money. Yeah, so the fuck do I? Hey,
Fucking does it.
Look, what?
What? Yeah, that's why you're in AEW and not in fucking Impact. No shit. You're fucking making money. We know you are. We know your salary. If we really wanted to. So just fucking go out there and have a character that has a reason to do things. Please. That isn't money. God.
I mean, shit, I don't even know if that will work nowadays, considering when the firm gave their mission statement, the only ones that actually cashed in on their promise was the Guns going after the fucking tag team titles, and they won them.
The worst thing that was promised is what we got.
You literally.
Fuckers.
Ethan Page never went after the All-Atlantic Championship. Lee Moriarty never won a piece of ROH gold. I don't even remember what Big Bill's fucking stuff was. I have no idea.
No.
It was atrocious. It was absolutely atrocious.
Literally insane, dude. So please give them a reason to be a group. That isn't money. Please. You could just say the generic, success to... because I'm going to be their mentor and I want them to succeed. I'll take that over them saying money. I really am. I really will.
God. So yeah, man. Yeah. I don't really know what they all have in common. Like, I don't necessarily know what Will Hobbs' beef would be with Jericho and Omega. I get Sammy's beef. Sammy's got the beef with Jericho, Takeshita, and I don't really know how much these guys mesh together. Takeshita, Sammy, and Hobbs.
I could see Sammy's really just the one throwing it all off, man.
Yeah.
Can he just go be solo? Please.
This group has more of like a darker vibe, and when I say dark, I don't mean like horror vibe, but like they just have like a dastardly heel kind of vibe. And Sammy, I said it before, like Sammy with like the white pants and the Hawaiian shirt, and he looks like a rich guy. Just doesn't, it does throw it off a lot. It really does. I don't know, maybe get him in some darker clothes. Like we see Don Callis come out every week with an all black suit. We see Takeshita with a black trench coat every week. And then you just have Sammy Guevara dressing up like he's fucking going clubbing on a yacht, and it's just like, and then like Hobbs does, kind of match the dastardly heel kind of vibe too. Just dress him up in all black, like the rest of the guys, and
they're wearing like black pants or black shorts and just a black tank top,
black
simple.
Timbs.
Exactly, look like he just go out to fight in the street, man, and that's great. I love it. It's just Sammy that's fucking throwing the whole vibe off.
Yeah, not to mention you just, nothing like having Sammy Guevara going right back to doing generic heel work, but, what do I know?
It's not that good at, but fuck.
What do I know? Well, anyways, after this, we get another vignette with Roderick Strong, Adam Cole, and the Kingdom. This time, this is the second week in a row Adam's postponed his surgery. And Roddy wants him to cut his grass. Adam Cole then goes to offer up the Kingdom guys again. Roddy says no. And Adam Cole is pushing around. Adam Cole is pushing around his lawnmower with the scooter. He gets back. He says he's done. He says he needs to leave. And he says he needs to leave to go get his surgery that he's put off for 2 weeks. And
this man Adam Cole really got KO'd on the fucking on the work. Dude, I think it's a work.
It's gotta be, because that's a pretty extreme length.
2 weeks to hold off fucking... Who did he basically said his fucking ankle exploded and he postponed surgery for 2 weeks? Come on, bro. Come on.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Well, he tells the guys he needs to leave, and they said, well, we have one more thing for you. And then they just show them on a couch, and instead of the Better Than You Bebe shirt, Adam Cole is wearing a Neck Strong shirt. Interesting. And then he tells Roddy he needs to go get surgery, and Roddy tells him before he leaves again, wait, I have one more thing. And then it, goes, and then it fades away. So I'm assuming we'll see what that one more thing is next week.
Yeah, I'm assuming. Definitely.
So they announced this match with Jon Moxley and Rey Fenix just for, at the last second, them to tell us that Jon Moxley's not cleared to compete. And the replacement is going to be Orange Cassidy. Sometimes I'm left myself wondering why we took the title off Orange Cassidy in the fucking first place.
Right. You should have just kept him on at this point.
Normally, I would be pissed. But I think we're going to get a different approach to Orange Cassidy this time. And something felt a little off about this one. I seen a lot of people making the comparisons of when Orange Cassidy won the championship, there was orange confetti, now there's gold. And then one of the other comparisons was he was so fixated on the fans, hardly paying attention to the championship when he won the All-Atlantic Championship. And this time around, he did not peek at the fans for a second. He just held that championship and just stared at it. And when the best friends came out, when he got out of the ring, he hardly even acknowledged them. And he kind of walked right past them a little bit. He did acknowledge them a little bit and, dap them up. But other than that, dude, nothing. And I'll admit, I'm gonna give it a chance to see where this goes. Because I don't know, this is pretty interesting. I'm intrigued. I will say.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, like you said, Orange Cassidy got me intrigued a little. I'm interested. I'm curious to see where this is gonna go, man. And I like this possibility, man. And I like that idea, Logan, that he's so obsessed with keeping that title. He stops the weekly title defenses. That would instantly get me hooked on that man if he did that, bro. I swear to God, instantly. I'd be the biggest fan.
Yeah, look at what ending the what is it called? Look at what ending TNT Opens did for the TNT Championship. It's clearly the way to go.
Man. You gotta make him. Yeah, I definitely don't think he's gonna do full heel. At least not yet. I hope not. Don't fucking Jack Perry him. But I think it's definitely gonna be that era of Gargano where he was so delusional, he was just doing fucked up shit because he thought he had to. I think that's what we're about to get, or a version of that with Orange Cassidy, and that makes me intrigued. I like to see more of that, man. So I'm actually excited to see where this goes, man. I'm intrigued.
Yeah, I could definitely see either him being scared to lose it or scared of his body breaking down again, the way that it did before.
Exactly. I can see him wanting to take it slow and only do defenses when he has to, and I like that a lot.
Definitely, bro. Definitely. So, during the commercial breaks, we kept getting timeless Tony Storm silent short films. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Love the creativity.
Man. I like this Tony Storm character, man. It's fun.
All right, man. We have Mr. Michael Wardlow coming out here again. He's coming out here again, and guess what he did, guys? Guess what he did? The same fucking thing he did last week. Literally verbatim. The same thing he did last week. Except this one was against Matt Sydal. He comes out, gives him a couple shoulder thrusts in the corner, starts powerbombing him into oblivion. Aubrey calls off the match. Wardlow jumps the barricade, takes both straps on his singlet down, and walks away. Again, this is the fucking guy that you have writing MJF on his wrist tape.
Yeah. They were definitely getting an MJF feud with him because he was talking about he was on this interview and he was definitely in character, but he was talking about how these past 4 months, MJF has been portraying himself as a good person, but he said he knows the real MJF and whatnot, so we're definitely gonna get a feud. Damn. Can't believe I'm not excited for an MJF and Wardlow run back. What has happened?
Maybe this could be what, maybe puts Wardlow back on the map. Maybe.
Could be.
I need his hair grown back out. Don't get me wrong. I do need that.
Oh,
But, I don't know, man. I need, I don't know. I need, Wardlow should beat MJF. That's the criminal part about this, because in all reality, Wardlow should have been the guy to beat MJF. Yeah. He should have been.
He should have been.
He should have. He should have been built up. He should have been just portrayed like fucking Batista-like, to the point where by the time MJF was ready to lose his championship, Wardlow should have been the guy to swoop in and take the title from him, but he's not. And look at where we are. And I feel so bad for him because he is so talented. And Tony Khan has said it before, man. He knows Wardlow's one of the breakout stars in wrestling, and he clearly takes it for granted. He knows it, and he refuses to do anything about it. So, I don't know, man. But I genuinely feel very, very bad for Wardlow, man, and it just sucks to see him doing the same thing ever since he got back. And to Logan's point, around the ballpark of shit he's been doing his whole time in AEW. Whenever they don't have something for him, they just put him in a squash match.
He's a big tough guy. Just put him in a squash match. He'll look great. No, what made him. What made him special was a story. Momentum. That's what he needs.
Seriously, man, that MJF story was one of the best stories that AEW has ever told. And Wardlow looked great in that feud. So maybe he could look good in a feud with MJF again. I think they got I know they got a story there, so maybe that's the route they go, but I don't know at this point if Wardlow's the kind of guy, man, he has lost so much. He's a guy in AEW that I don't know can afford too many more big losses. I really don't.
No, he's one of those guys, man, that you really can't, and he's going to have to. It's really going to suck.
Yeah, for sure, man. So, yeah, I don't really know how much. I don't really know how much more he can suffer big losses. So, we'll just have to wait and see. We'll just have to wait and see on that. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. But Daniel Garcia goes to walk up to a beaten down Chris Jericho in the back. Daddy Magic goes up to Garcia and says, "Hey, what are you doing?" And Garcia says, "Dude, I'm human. I'm just checking on somebody that I cared about." And Garcia or Daddy Magic kind of told him off, and Garcia walked away without checking on Chris Jericho. So why do I feel like we're going to get some sort of like JAS reunion minus Sammy Guevara and Tay Conti? Which, now that I think about it, was the best iteration of the group when it was just the originals. I mean, I guess now you would have Anna Jay in there, but I don't know what was the whole point of like doing this like massive thing where they all walk out on him just for them to come back and rescue him.
I literally do. I don't understand. I really don't understand what they're doing here, man. I hope they don't get back together for the sole fact of they broke up. So please just don't get back together fucking month and a half later.
I was going to say, and it wasn't even that long ago.
No, exactly. If it was years ago, alright, I'd be down. But it literally happened like a month ago. Come on.
Bullet Club Gold, Jay White versus Adam Page. The rest of the Bullet Club Gold came out in tricycles. Yes. This is the Bullet Club. Yep.
Coming out of tricycles. Good
Prince
Lord.
Devitt would be rolling in his grave. AJ Styles would be rolling in his grave.
No, he is. Trust me, I think they are. At least I hope they are.
Okay. So, Jay White ends up picking up the victory against Adam Page. They did a spot where Prince Nana came out and distracted Adam Page, and then Jay White rolled him up to secure the victory. So that was that. It was a pretty good match too, Jay White and Adam Page. MJF came out, was asking for the championship back. Jay White was just, in the ring telling him to come get it, but he knows he won't because all his boys are in the ring. And then Juice then brings up how he's going to challenge MJF for the Dynamite Diamond, and he pulls out a roll of quarters with Friedman on it. This sent people into an absolute uproar. First of all, I want to say AEW is almost kind of righting the wrong, being that MJF, they started promoting him in like anti-Semitic like commercials and stuff. He was going to, he was hanging out with the fucking New England Patriots owner and stuff, calling Robert Kraft a massive MJF mark. Also,
no clue what he said. It's hilarious.
It was fucking hilarious. But the roll of quarters story has been brought up so much from MJF. You had to have fucking known this was going to happen at some point. At some point, this was going to be brought up. And for Juice, it kind of makes a little sense when he mentioned it, but he does use quarters as like one of his signature moves. He balls his
people quarter.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Everybody, this almost reminds me of when, they tried to call MJF racist when he called Takeshita take a shitta. It's just like, people, I guarantee you fucking Juice Robinson doesn't actually hate Jewish people. Like, come on, guys.
No, exactly, man. Like, it's obvious. It's just a storyline, bringing up the past stuff. It's okay, man. If the sponsors aren't mad, you don't be mad, bro. It ain't real.
Seriously.
Be that animal. Come say it. It's not real, guys. Come on.
Seriously. Or like when we went to All Out and that fucking Mark fucking tried to accuse the people in front of him of being racist for calling Takeshita take a shitta.
And bro just got laughed at. That shit, I'll always remember that shit.
Like, as soon as dude said that, I was like, oh, you're one of them. I was like, oh my God. How would these people fare in the 90s is what I want to know. Because they were not fucking around on television in the 90s. You watch a little bit of DX and it's over with. If you are one of those wrestling fans, you will lose your marbles. Yeah. I don't know. Everybody's always got something to complain about. So, Juice Robinson and AEW hate Jewish people, even though they're world champion. And not even just the fact that he's their world champion. Literally, they're one of their biggest stars since the company's birth is Jewish. So, AEW hates Jewish people. Nice going. So that was that. That was that, man. And then we got Timeless, Tony Storm, again, Well, actually, she came out to take away Ruby Soho in the women's championship match between Saraya and Hikaru Shida. And Hikaru Shida wins back the AEW Women's Championship. What a lackluster run. I will say, though, if they seen Saraya's Twitter activity, and if that was the final straw for them to take the title off of her because of her Twitter activity, then what do they think about Tony Khan?
You gotta take the pen away at that point, man. Fuck. He gotta give you a couple pens at that point. But, yeah, man, I mean, Soraya's run really felt like Tony Khan just promised her a title run and had to give it to her, so he did. It meant nothing. It wasted her whole summer with the fucking Outcast garbage. And I hope we could just move past it now and finally evolve this women's division.
Yeah, she was the revolution there, but she is everything but the revolution here. That's
exactly
just how that is. So Shida wins the title. I'd much rather Shida than, Saraya, but I don't know. Let's get that title on Mrs. Timeless Toni Storm, because she is by far and away the most over woman on the roster. So that only seems like a no-brainer.
Exactly.
So MJF is in the back. Renee is asking him if there's any 3 guys that will team with him to take on the Bullet Club Gold. He goes to call Adam Cole. He tells Renee he does not want to talk to anybody right now, and he doesn't want to talk to anybody right now, and he needs to call Adam. So the phone rings for a while, and Adam does pick up this time, and MJF says, "Hey, what the hell, man? You haven't answered me in like 2 weeks." He tells him he's been with Roddy, and he's been postponing his surgery. And then he goes, "Wait, hold on, man. Hold on. I gotta go. And he hangs up. MJF gets pissed. I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like Adam Cole's maybe starting to distance himself here. So Max Caster comes up in the Acclaimed, and he says, "Hey, man, I heard that you're looking for a partner against the Bullet Club Gold, and if you don't have anybody that'll team with you, the Acclaimed will team with you." And he goes to scissor MJF, and MJF walks away, and Daddy Ass tells him, "Dude, we did not talk about this. You want us to help that guy?" And he says, and Max Caster, just kind of tried to justify it, saying, he thought he was just trying to do the right thing. So, yeah, man.
This is definitely going to start the feud between the Guns and probably like Juice and the Acclaim to get those fucking trios titles, man.
Yep. Oh, I didn't even fucking think about that.
Fucking kill me.
So, Christian Cage. That's right. And guys, I need you to buckle up, bro, because this week we're getting a sit down with Nick Wayne and his mom. And I swear I need Christian Cage there. I need Christian Cage sitting next to Nick Wayne like a fucking parent at a parent-teacher conference.
That's exactly what they have to do. It really is. Speaking of next week, have you seen that Sting stuff?
Yeah.
Dude, that is scary, man. I hope it isn't. I hope it isn't here, man. I really hope not.
Me too, bro. Me too. Well, the cool thing about that is once Sting is done wrestling, he will not be gone. He is an AEW lifer.
Exactly.
I would advocate for Tony Khan to give Sting a GM promotion. I think that would be fucking great.
I think GMs would be perfect, and Sting is the ultimate GM, dude. That shit would go so nuts. In those fucking sunglasses.
And the bomber jacket. Bro.
That shit would go nuts.
That shit would be hard as fuck. I can't even lie. So, Christian comes out. And he wants to elaborate on the 3 words he left Adam with last week. He says, you know, Adam, you came out here and you had a sorry attempt to get the band back together. He says, you see my career thriving here in AEW, and now you want to get the team back together. Now you want to ride my wave of momentum. He says, well, where were you when you were getting pushed to the moon and I wasn't, even though I was clearly the more talented of the two? Where were you to get the band back together then? Great point.
Dude, I knew he was gonna say shit like that, man. That Edge was coming to take his fucking spotlight and momentum.
Yep.
Oh, I couldn't wait for that. I love it.
He then says, this was my favorite part of the promo. He says, see, Adam says that Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne are going to use all the knowledge they can get out of me. And he says they're going to use all the knowledge they can get out of me. And then they're going to abandon me as soon as they soaked up all the knowledge because of his own personal experience. He says, well, Adam, I didn't take some ragtag group, dress them up like it's Halloween, and convince them they're tough guys. He says, where you went wrong is you tried to be their leader, and I am their father. Bro, this fucking guy.
Oh,
Dude.
I'm not gonna be their leader. I'm gonna be their follower. This man has reached ascension, man. He really has.
Oh, shit. I
love it,
fucking love Christian Cage. Did I say that enough? This guy is fucking fantastic. Some ragtag group, dress them up like it's Halloween and convince them they're tough guys. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. So then he starts talking about one of his biggest fans, Edge's wife, Beth. He says, Beth, I know you're a huge fan. Well, I think he said something like, after what my right hand of destruction does to Adam, you can put some new sheets on the bed because your new father is coming home. So he's going to be Lyric and Ruby's new father. And he's going to sleep in bed with his best friend's wife.
Is he Hulk Hogan? Fuck, man. Dude, love it. Love everything Christian does. Love every one of his promos, man. Generational run. Goat run.
Yes, and I'm so happy that they did not take him out of this run to put him back in a tag team with Edge. I feel like we'll eventually get there in a couple of years, maybe. But for now, this needs to be the way it is, because Adam, Metalingus hits, Adam Copeland comes running out to the ring, and Nick Wayne is running behind him, slides in the ring, grabs his foot, hugs his foot like a little child, and Luchasaurus was able to capitalize and and get the upper hand on Edge before the match started. I will say, though, I like, Edge's coats. I don't really like these vests that he's wearing. It's not a nice
guy.
Yeah, not a nice entrance vest, I will say.
No, exactly, man. It's not really the vest itself. It's just he ain't a guy for vest, man. Put him in a big coat, big jacket.
Absolutely. Not really a good look on Edge. I would definitely rather the giant, biker jacket kind of, biker trench coat kind of thing. This man, Edge, was absolutely having a blast. This man was fucking jumping around like it's fucking Uncharted, jumping on shit, doing spears off of steel steps. I mean, this dude was fucking, I didn't know whether he was wrestling or playing Mirror's Edge. This man was absolutely jumping around, doing all types of shit. It was a kick-ass main event, though. It was very good. He had a very, very good match with Luchasaurus, and he ended up picking up the victory. He ended up picking up the victory against Luchasaurus, and then we had a brawl with the Blackpool Combat Club. I think the Mogul Embassy came out there at one point. Hangman was out there. A bunch of people were out there. Pretty much Tony Khan's favorite ending to Dynamite, the all-out chaos from like 2021. He'd fucking end the shit with just groups fighting at the end of every show.
God, it was every fucking week, man. But I didn't mind it this time. There's all people that had beef with each other separately, but in a way it was intertwined. It wasn't bad, man. I'll accept it. I'll accept it this time.
Definitely, bro. Definitely, for sure. So that was AEW Dynamite, man. It was a pretty good show, man. It was a pretty good show. I love how this is the show that they were clowning on people for, even though this actually ended up being a pretty fucking decent show, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it very much. So
definitely, it was a good show. I don't know why Tony Khan was freaking out that he lost. Put on a good show, man. That's all that matters.
Exactly. And Christian Cage absolutely stole the show yet again.
Exactly, man. Goated. Truly.
Nothing like these ragtag groups.
He has to be their father, man. He's not their leader.
AEW Collision scene. I don't know if you heard the story, but you know Edge and Ricky Stark's promo, right? I'm sure you've seen it.
Seen that.
Well, those two were legitimately upset with each other about the verbal jabs that happened on the show. We got the news on Friday, but what the fuck? Yeah, we'll go into it on Friday, but I don't know. We're getting rated FTR teases. Why can't you just do Edge, Darby, and Sting versus Christian, Nick, and Luchasaurus? Why do you gotta fucking stick Edge with these fucking career riders? I mean,
dude, the story that makes no sense. It's the whole thing that's been built up to, man. Don't fucking just throw FTR in there just because fucking Phil's not around to leech off of anymore. The fuck?
Yeah. So, yeah, but, yeah, Edge and Ricky Starks had a promo battle in the beginning of the show where I guess Ricky got pissed because Edge said that Ricky stole his style from The Rock, and I guess Ricky got pissed because he called him a vanilla midget version of The Rock. Ricky said something to him like, man, that sent me over the edge, and I guess that pissed Edge off. The fuck? I mean, what are we doing?
Guys, just grow a pair. Can you do that, please? Can you just fucking grow a pair?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know. But yeah, other than that, dude, that was pretty much everything that happened on AEW Collision, other than Christian retaining the TNT Championship in the main event against Danielson. And yeah, and then the rated FTR tease. So, yes, please, no.
God, fucking A. Well, I guess Edge left the show in a very bad mood.
Left the show last week. I was in a really bad mood. Oh, man.
Goat.
Friday Night SmackDown. We got the continuation of Jade Cargill just showing up to everything. I don't know if they're paying her overtime or what's going on here, but I don't know. She's showing up to everything. So,
getting that OT.
Triple H's big announcement. Was it War Games? No, it was not. Thankfully, because I would hate for him to come out and formally announce War Games. I need him to come out in the middle of a heated brawl like William Regal used to and announce War Games. Shit'll be heat. But
Exactly.
He comes out and he has Adam Pearce in the ring. He praised Adam Pearce for working Raw and SmackDown for the past 3 years. So
20, bro was born 20 Con for 3 years.
he really was, bro. He really was. He, praised him. He said he was doing a great job, and he says, but your job is a huge responsibility, and you can't do it alone. So we're going to get you some help. And with that, we are going to give you a promotion. He says, Adam Pearce, you are going to be the new general manager of Monday Night Raw. This is great. This is what me and Sir K have been saying for years. You might as well just make him the general manager because he's pretty much been the general manager for the past 3 years.
Exactly. Now it's finally official.
Dominic comes out and he's pissed off because he wants the Judgment Day to get another rematch. Triple H tells him, you're complaining to the wrong people. Not really. The Raw general manager's standing right there, and you booked the shit. So I'm pretty sure he's complaining to the right people, but whatever, for the sake of kayfabe.
He's talking to the chief content officer, and technically you guys are putting on content, so you technically are also one of the people he would go to.
So he says, you can talk to this man. He says, if you would let me bring him out, the new general manager of SmackDown, Mr. Nick Aldis.
Look at that.
Kept his name.
Oh, look at that. I like it.
Kept his name. He came out in a fucking fresh-ass blue suit. He looked great. He talked. He got in the ring, shook Adam Pearce's hand. He tells him he's excited for some friendly competition between the two. He shakes Dom's hand. He says, Dom, I'm a huge fan of your dad. Dom was pissed, and Nick Aldis confirmed that the first order of business as a part of his trade to SmackDown, or a part of his new position as the GM of SmackDown, was to finalize the trade for the Jey Uso trade. Love how we're actually getting this fucking trade. But he wants to finalize the Jey Uso trade, and he says the trade for Jey Uso is this man, and it is none other than Kevin Owens. This is going to be good, man. Is this going to piss KO off? Is he going to want to turn on Sammy? Is this a way for him not to turn on Sammy? We'll just have to wait and see. But either way, man, splitting these two up and putting them on different shows, I love this idea, man. I think you can already see on Raw with what they're doing with Sammy. It's going to be interesting, to say the least, man.
Definitely, man. Definitely. I like what they did there with everything, man. I like how Adam Pearce is an official GM. I like how the other GM is Nick Aldis. I think that's a perfect spot for him, man. And I like the pick. I like KO as the pick, man. I like where this is going, man. I can't wait to see how it goes.
Definitely, bro. Definitely. So yeah, and then other than that, man, the Tribal Chief returns to Friday Night SmackDown. He comes out there to interrupt John Cena. John Cena says that he wants to acknowledge Roman Reigns, and he says he's not going to challenge him for his championship, but he does know somebody that can. LA Knight comes out, and these two cut a little bit of a promo back and forth, and it was fucking fantastic. Everybody's seen it by now, but the shot of Roman Reigns in LA Knight's glasses is one of the hardest fucking camera shots ever. That shit was sick.
Truly, bro, that shit was hard as hell. Love to see this, man. And I love the spotlight that LA Knight is getting, man. It's beautiful to see.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. This was fantastic. And I don't think this is going to derail LA Knight's momentum. I wish they would have just had him go after the U.S. title first, though, so we can gradually get to this point. But I think it'll be around the Royal Rumble where he'll get his title shot. I think.
I think so. I think so.
Definitely, man,
Good.
because I have a feeling as well they're a little scared to put him in the Royal Rumble just based off the fan reactions.
Exactly. They apparently they picked their winner already, which is good from what we're hearing, so that's good.
Right.
Or if they picked their Mania match, I'm assuming they picked the Royal Rumble winner. But so and if it's not LA Knight, they don't want, the fans to take it over for LA Knight. I can see that, definitely. I wouldn't be shocked.
Absolutely. Yeah, I feel like they're a little afraid of maybe some hijacking going on. So definitely, man. Pretty Deadly also came back. So
Yeah, great to see. Love to see them. Glad they're finally back.
definitely. Definitely. So golly, my fucking throat's so dry.
Dang.
So Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw. The show opens up with Sami Zayn. He says that he is out here by himself, and it feels a little weird because he hasn't been out here by himself in a very long time. He was wearing a Kevin Owens shirt, and he says it feels a little weird that he's out here by himself because he hasn't been out here by himself in a really long time. And he says that he misses KO. He says that he wishes him well because he knows he's going to do just fine. And he also says he's excited for KO. Golly. And he's also excited for himself because he knows what he is capable of, and he knows that Sami Zayn is a world heavyweight championship level superstar.
Yeah.
I love that we are telling this story because,
finally.
yes, if you do not want to go with Gunther for whatever reason at WrestleMania, just saying.
So, I would definitely take that, man. Definitely. I would love it.
Me too. Me too, man. So, Sammy Sammy then gets interrupted by the Judgment Day. They all circle the ring. They said that they wanted to the original mindset of the Judgment Day was to help people, but not Sammy. They said they've been going at it with him for months, and they just want to permanently eliminate him. They circle the ring. And then Jey Uso comes out with a chair to help Sami Zayn. The Judgment Day go away, and Sammy's acting a little weird, and then he just drops the chair and walks out of the ring as Jey is asking him, Sammy, you good? And Sammy just walks out from the crowd. So afterwards, we come back from commercial, and we're backstage, and Jey goes up to Sammy. He says, hey, man, are you okay? And Sammy says, yeah, man, thanks for having my back out there, man. And Jey says, of course, anytime. And he says, and Sammy says to him, Jey asks him what's wrong. And Sammy says, well, I just can't get over the fact that, my best friend is gone. He says, my best friend is gone. He's been traded to SmackDown because of you. And he says, and you got the partner and you got the championships and you got everything going for you right now. And I don't have any of that anymore. And he says, and it's because of you. He says, so he tells him he's going through a lot and he's clearly like pretty pissed off. Jey Uso says, it is what it is. I didn't know it was like that. And he walks away. Sammy gets pissed and he pushes the ladder over. And he's pissed, and then he runs back up to Jey Uso as Jey's walking down the hallway, and he says, Jey, forget about all that. I'm sorry, man. I'm just going through a lot. He says, I'm just going through a lot, man. And he puts his hand out to, shake Jey's hand, and Jey says, yeet, and he hugs him. He says, man, it's all good. Don't even worry about it. He says, I know you're going through a lot, man, but I got something that can fix that.
I fucking love Jey Uso, man. God.
So that was that, man. It was a really good backstage segment, man. It was a really backstage segment. So he told Sammy, pretty much I know what you're going through, man, and it's all good. So yeah, this was really good, man, and I like Sammy showing that. Showing that emotion, man, and I like how they're playing this up as he's kind of in a career crisis right now, man. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know if he's he knows he's a world heavyweight championship level talent, but it's kind of just about getting him there, and also he's pretty pissed off about Kevin Owens being shipped over to SmackDown. So I love it.
Definitely, bro. Definitely. I like the way this is going. I like what they're doing with this, and it's interesting, man.
Absolutely, man. So next we get Ricochet versus Nakamura in a Falls Count Anywhere match. This was a pretty good Falls Count Anywhere match, man. I can't lie. These guys were in the crowd. Ricochet did like a dive off like the top of the tunnels, like out in the crowd onto like a bunch of security and Nakamura. So damn. So yeah, man. But this was this was really good, man. This was really good. I like this. I like this Falls Count Anywhere match. I like this Falls Count Anywhere match a lot. As they were coming back, Nakamura hit Ricochet with 2 Kinshasas, one flipping over the barricade and one just on the floor, and he was able to put away Ricochet in this match, man. So that was pretty much that. It was a pretty good match though for what it was, man. I have to admit I couldn't give a flying fuck about this feud, but as for the match itself, it was pretty good, I do have to say.
Exactly, man. Exactly. I don't care about these two winning or losing, fucking Ricochet and Nakamura, but it's a fun match, man. It did what it had to do, man. It was a fun ass match.
Absolutely, bro. So, yeah, very good, man. Very good. Natalia and Piper Niven. This one ended, I believe, with a Piper win, and then Chelsea Green came in, after the match, but then Tegan Nox came to Natalia's aid to help her, and yeah, that was that. I mean, this is one of these things on Raw nobody cares about. So yeah, so that was that. I can't really say this was my favorite part of the show, to say the least, but.
Not. Fucking God, no.
Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins. This is another thing I miss about Triple H. We did not see promo battles like this through the summer when Vince was running the show. This was an absolute fucking banger of a promo battle. Dude, Drew just getting absolutely pissed off every time somebody tells him to get over it, or somebody tells him to move on, or somebody tells him, I know what you're going through. It is making this man's blood boil, and I love it. He goes out there with Seth, and Seth tells him to get over it. He tells him to get over the bloodline stuff. He tells him to get over it. He tells him to get over it, and he told Drew McIntyre, told Seth something along the lines of like, the last time we were in a title match, I kicked your ass, back in 2020 when they were feuding for the WWE Championship. And then he said, this company didn't have anybody to look towards during the pandemic, and Drew McIntyre stepped up as the WWE champion. I caught lightning in a bottle, and I couldn't get my moment at WrestleMania, and then I caught lightning in a bottle again in my home country, and the bloodline stole my moment. And he says, and I'm about to catch lightning in a bottle again at Crown Jewel, and there's going to be nothing that you can do about it. And Seth told him to get over it. He told him to put it in the past. And Seth tells him it's taken me 4 years. It took me 4 years to get over something in my career that I could not get over for the life of me, but you have to get over it. And Drew was just not having it, man. And Seth told him, he said, at every stop of your career, or every time you've caught lightning in a bottle, there is always somebody that you blame. He said, but at Crown Jewel, you will have nobody to blame but yourself.
It's interesting, man. I really like what they're doing with this Drew McIntyre, turn and build up. I love it. I love the reasons. I love the anger. I think it's really good, man. It's just boiling pot, man. It's going to get to the point where it just boils right over. And I can't wait, man. I can't wait. I really like what they're doing here.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. I love it. I think it's fantastic. And yes, I really loved this altercation, or this promo battle here between Seth and Drew. Drew then catches up with Sammy backstage. He says he tells Sammy, he tells him, you used to be one of those guys in the bloodline, but I will say, man, you busted your ass around here when the boys were a little leery on you, and you really gained everybody's trust back, and you really stepped up as a leader. Sammy says, thanks, man. I really appreciate you coming to me personally to tell me that. And Drew says, well, you didn't let me finish my thought, because as soon as Jey Uso came to Raw, you forgave him instantly. And he said, and then Sammy said, he said something like he said something along the lines of, Jey has been trying really hard to regain everybody's trust, and he's been, the complete opposite of trying to turn everything around and forget about it. And then Drew said, you can really just forgive the right-hand man of the bloodline like that? Sammy says, dude, I know what you're going through. I know how hard it is to put the bloodline in the rearview mirror, but you got to do it. Drew would not believe Sammy when he told him that he knew what he was going through. So this is how this man, Drew, this man's got some serious turmoil brewing. Talking about the guy that was in the bloodline. You're talking about, as you see on my shirt, you're talking about the honorary Oos. Mm-hmm. He's not even believing Sammy when Sammy's telling him to get over the bloodline. So Drew, fuck, man. So then Drew tells Sammy tells Sammy that he doesn't know either if he is world championship material. And Sammy said, if you want to figure that out, what level I'm at, then we can figure it out next week. Drew said, I'll see you next week. And he walked away.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. I like how they're involving Sammy with this, man. I like it.
Definitely, dude. This was another one of my more favorite parts of the show. I loved this little backstage interaction here.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
Johnny Gargano loses to Ludwig Kaiser with the help of Giovanni Vinci. He poked Gargano in the eyes, and Ludwig hit his finisher. Even after this, Walter told them that they did not complete their task, even though they won their match.
Well, what's on the task list? You got them packing out, you got them facing? The fuck is it? It's the rest of the shit on the task list.
What the fuck? Tired of these. I'm so sick and tired of these Imperium. I'm so sick and tired of these Imperium teases, bro. I'm genuinely sick of it, man.
Telling you.
I don't know why this group can't just be a dominant faction like the Bloodline or like the Judgment Day on Monday Night Raw. I don't know. I don't know why.
I don't understand it.
Rhea Ripley goes out there for a match against Shayna Baszler, but this gets interrupted by Zoe Starks, Raquel Rodriguez, and Nia Jax. A huge brawl broke out. Zoe Stark was left standing tall at the end of it, and Adam Pearce confirms for Crown Jewel a fatal 5-way with all of those women for the championship. And then everybody wonders why Rhea doesn't have any viable challengers, because you're about to have her beat all 4 of them at once. Good going.
Great going, guys. Just wonderful. Wonderful.
Gunther versus Bronson Reed for the Intercontinental Championship match, or for the Intercontinental Championship. Bro, this was easily match of the fucking night. This was incredible. Seeing Walter's chops were not enough. He had to do like running chops. Here, he had to like take a couple steps back and like fucking step towards him, almost like a power chop. But those eventually started to work, and they sounded fucking brutal. But dude, these two, if this is not a sign that you need to invest in not just Walter, but Bronson Reed and both of these guys as future pieces to your company, I don't know what does. I genuinely do not know what does.
Exactly, bro.
Yes, these guys absolutely knocked the shit out of the fucking park. This was a fantastic match. Bronson Reed went for the tsunami. He missed it. He got up, and Walter double drop kicked him into the corner. Hit him with a splash. It wasn't enough, so he was able to lift up Bronson Reed for a power bomb, and that put Bronson away. And that was it, bro. And Walter retains. And this was a fucking phenomenal match. Easily match of the night, for sure.
Definitely, man. Definitely, hell yeah. Love to see Bronson Reed being shown in a great big light, man. Love to see it. So happy for the guy. Same with Gunther, man. Love the way this is going. Love this title reign, and that shit was absolute heat, man. And I hope to see both of them get sent even further.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And in the main event, we had Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso versus Finn Balor and Damian Priest. Sami Zayn came out to help, but ended up, Judgment Day kind of took care of him. Damian Priest hit Cody Rhodes with a razor's edge through the announce table. Jay went to go check on him, and then he quickly hopped back in the ring. He was kind of in a 2-on-1 deficit, started to gain the upper hand. He took care of Priest. He was about to take care of Finn. He goes to go up for an Uso splash, and fucking Jimmy Uso is on the apron, super kicks Jay, goes back through the crowd. Finn Balor then pulls him inside of the ring, hits him with a coup de grace. And the Judgment Day win back the undisputed tag team championships because of Jimmy Uso.
Damn. I definitely, just like that, great fun shit just ended like that, man.
Yeah.
You know, when I say end it while it's hot, I don't mean end it while you're just turning the stove on, goddamn. But,
Seriously.
yeah, I mean, I like the reason that they lost. I like that they're building that up with Jimmy and whatnot. That's really cool. But, like, to the Judgment Day and this soon, nonetheless, you could have stretched this out, a little further, man. Exactly, Crown Jewel would have been perfect, man, and it had to be the Judgment Day. They still gotta be the champs, man. That's it. That in itself is gonna be extremely repetitive, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Just I don't know, dude. Yeah, a little repetitive to say the least. I don't know why we didn't put the titles on Jimmy and Solo. I genuinely have no fucking idea why we didn't do that. Seriously.
No, I really don't know how he didn't. I don't get it.
Yeah, but yeah, dude. I mean, yeah, I mean this. I don't know. I don't know why we had to go and put the championships right back on the Judgment Day. It seems a little. It seems like we're taking steps backwards here. And like I said, it genuinely just seems like WWE's trying to hold off for as long as they can with doing like the actual official breakup with the Judgment Day. And it's, I don't know, man. It's just
No, exactly. It's doing too much with him, man. It really is.
Like, if you wanted to wait, then you should have waited before you teased dissension in the group in the first place.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know, man, but they put the titles right back on the Judgment Day, and I don't really know how to feel about this, man. I really don't. I don't know. Like I said, it just feels like we're taking steps backwards, man. It just kind of, when it defeats the whole purpose of putting the titles on Cody and Jay so they can float and progress their storyline, for like, the many times that they put them on SmackDown, they can actually progress their storyline while they're over there. But now these guys can't float anymore, and it's just like, what the fuck?
Fuck, man. Where are you going from here, man? I don't get it. I really don't get it.
I don't get it either, man. I really don't get it either. But yeah, man. So that was pretty much everything for Monday Night Raw, man. And with that, man, that was actually everything for the entirety of the week of wrestling, bro. So, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, with that is going to do it for this edition of the Notorious Heels podcast. Another great edition of Notorious Unscripted. Thank you guys for hanging out with us, man. And with that is going to do it for this edition of Unscripted. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so very much. It has been always, always, always a pleasure for my Johnny Mayhem.
And Surkey.
And that is going to do it for this edition of Notorious Unscripted. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys. We love you guys. And we will see you guys on Friday with the news.
Peace.
I used to get pills on the bitch. Now I throw shields on the dick to stop me from that HIV shit. And niggas know they soft like a Twinkie fillin', playing the villain, prepare for this rap killing. Biggie Smalls is the illest. Your style is played out like Arnold, and that's what you talking about, Willis. The thrill is gone, the black Frank White is